One of the key principal witnesses into the financial scandal of the Prime Minister's office, Pius Bigirimaana, has today been grilled by the MPs on the Public Accounts Committee. The MPs insist that Bigirimana should step aside to pave way for investigations, but Bigirimana remains defiant.
If I were in your place, I should have resigned by now and let the investigation take place.
Mr. Bigirimana, as a man with a soul, if you have one, why do you find it very difficult to step down from your office? I have not been given that communication, and therefore, stepping aside, Mr. Chairman would be absconding from duty.
And as the interrogation went on, Bigirimana named his boss, the Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi, alleging that he blocked the transfer of Geoffrey Kazinda, who had been transferred by Accountant General Gustav Yobochi.
I requested for Kazinda's transfer as far back as 2011. No action was taken. 2012.
You have evidence?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it is attached to what I gave you.
Mr. This time around?
This time around, it was not Professor Sivambi, it was Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi.
Yes. You communicated?
I talked to him.
On phone? Or?
On phone.
Yes.
And he asked me why the transfer. Now, when I went away, Mr. Chairman, other things came in. Mr. Kazinda maneuvered and he found his way to the Prime Minister. Mr. Chairman, one day I was called in the office of the Prime Minister. So, the Prime Minister asked Boch, he said, Mr. Boch, has Kazinda committed any fraud? And Mr. Boch said, no, Right Honorable Prime Minister. Now, when he said that, then the Prime Minister said, then he should stay.
Bigirimana said he brewed a wish about Kazinda's misconduct, but little was being done. About 50 billion shillings was cited by the auditors that may have gone missing. This was money intended for the Peace and Recovery Development Program in northern Uganda. Bigirimana tabled documents which allegedly reveals how Kazinda maneuvered his way back into the Prime Minister's office. On realizing that he had stepped on fire by naming Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi, MPs demanded to know what was the interest of the Prime Minister in retaining Kazinda.
Would you have blocked that transfer, or you did it because there was political influence from the Prime Minister?
This is a very difficult question. I think, Mr. Chairman, I made my position very clear on that one.
Okay.
Kazinda was expected to be grilled together with Bigirimana, but he failed to turn up because Parliament had not secured a production warrant to prisons. But Kazinda's lawyers were following the proceedings until the MP's notes and forced them out. Bigirimana was also grilled as why he allegedly forced the transfer of the former internal auditor, Shabani Wegule. Wegule had earlier referred to a report which claimed to reveal how funds in the Prime Minister's office were being siphoned out.
Mr. Pius, you are aware that on 19th you telephoned the case, did you?
I did.
You are aware that on the same day you wrote a letter, did you?
I did.
You are aware that on the same day Wejura was transferred?
I don't know when.
Bigirimana claims Wegule was soliciting bribes from the auditors.
And to me, that was a high level of misconduct.
As details continue to emerge in the OPM scandal, Permanent Secretary Pius Bigirimaana has pointed a finger at Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi that he broke the transfer of Kazinda. But the Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi is yet to appear before the committee to explain his role, whether and why he did it. Jingo Francis, NTV, Parliament.